Hey everyone, I hope everyone is enjoying the new Black and Blue reissue that just came out yesterday. I think Stones fans everywhere have just been like on lockdown, just absorbing everything. Whether you're listening to it digitally or you've got any of the number of box sets or different vinyl that just came out, I think people are busy right now. I'm just myself getting into all of it. I don't have my box set, the physical copy yet. It'll be here on Wednesday, so it'll be a while till I really get to, for me, the stuff I'm really excited about, which is the Blu-ray concert of the Paris show that's in that box set. But I have been listening digitally so far with what's been released. And I'm going to be putting out kind of different videos for different sections of the Super Deluxe Edition box set. So I thought today I would just put out a review of just discs 1 and 2, the main album remixed by Steven Wilson, and the disc 2 of the outtakes. I don't think anyone's going to be surprised to hear me say how much I enjoyed this new remix of Black and Blue that's on disc 1 of this reissue. It really modernizes the album. Not that it needed to be modernized, mind you. I mean, I've said it before. Black and Blue was always one of the best sounding Stones albums ever recorded and mastered. It just has the sonics of just butter. And so Steven Wilson really does a job to honor that by kind of giving us a new look at this album with this new mix. It's not I don't think, a huge departure from the original mix. I think it stays with what the original mix has to offer and accentuates certain things by using today's technology. You know, basically you're hearing all these details you never really heard before, or at least I never heard before. You know, I always felt like the album was sort of like on a stage and I was about, 20 rows back. Listening and watching the album unfold. Beautiful as it does sound, it did feel like there was a distance there. But now it feels like you're at the front row, the tip of the stage, if not on stage with the band as they're performing the album. That's the immediacy that I'm getting, at least. I think some tracks work best in the headphones experience and some tracks work best in regular speakers, played out. Basically songs like Hand of Fate and Crazy Mama. To me, something about those tracks just did not sit well with me in the headphones. But on speakers, blasted out, it sounded really great and full. Basically, the whole album is just very beautiful sounding. It always was, like I said, but this mix really makes you appreciate it even more. And songs like, for me, Memory Motel, you could really see how Wilson kind of rearranges the furniture a little bit. And so it's it's very hard for me to put it, but for me, I got vibes of Wild Horses listening to Memory Motel here. Primarily because the acoustic guitar sounds so beautiful. It's right there in the left channel and it's fuller and it's got this presence to it. And I got just these shades of Wild Horses, and it's hard for me to explain what it was that reminded me of it. And it wasn't just the guitars, but overall the whole production of it was a little bit more reined in, and it felt a little bit more intense, and it came off like a hit single to me. Like, it just felt like it was a little bit more glued together and unified. And I felt the same way with Fool to Cry. This mix kind of brings everyone together on stage together in a very kind of plateau way where you can see the entire picture together. And to me, that gives a way more impactful feeling for the song. The falsetto now and the vocal is way more centered right in the middle of your face, where it comes off more romantic and way more personal and intimate, as opposed to the other one, where the other one felt like it was just kind of this ghostly, airy quality to it, which is very nice too, but I just wasn't expecting this other perspective on Fool to Cry. But both those songs, Memory Motel and Fool to Cry, beautiful sounding songs, always have been. And here, Steven Wilson kind of presents it to you in this epic sort of way, where now they sound kind of like standards now, like just songs that should have always been as big as Wild Horses. I got a great detail coming out of the left speaker during the tail end, towards the back end of Crazy Mama. There's this low end. It could be a guitar doing it, or it could be a synthesizer or a Wurlitzer. Maybe Billy Preston was doing it on the left channel, but these kind of boom doom doom boom down, boom doom doom boom down, all these kind of licks that kind of are just bubbling up a little bit on the side. Never heard that before. Was very tickled by it. I loved it, and that's what this mix is all about. It's not about replacing the original. The original version of Black and Blue is still out there. Obviously, you all have copies of it, but this is just another way to look at the music. And you could say you're not interested in listening to that alternate way, but damn it, if anyone walks away with any kind of hey, I never heard that before, or wow, that's a detail I never heard before, or that's an angle I'd never saw the song before. All those things come out of this mix, which makes it so rewarding and so much fun. And so I had a great time listening to Disc 1. It was a trip down memory lane because everything was new and more intense and more up close. And so it brought the music just another appreciation for it. Disc 2, the outtakes and jams, I don't think was a home run per se. Don't get me wrong. I think the new songs are songs, not the jams, but the songs are phenomenal. I've always been a fan of Shame, Shame, Shame since it came out about a month ago or whatever. I think that sounds great. But I Love Ladies. Whoa! I mean, was not expecting that at all. I knew of the bootleg, the outtake, for a while, but it's not the best recording, so it wasn't one that I listened to a lot. I guess subconsciously always hoping and waiting that they would release it like this, and they finally did. It's great that I waited because it sounds incredible. It's this cross. It's basically coming from the Tattoo You side 2 kind of world of this kind of airy, dreamy vibe with a very gentle new vocal by Mick. I'm not exactly sure when he recorded this vocal. It's very possible it's brand new also, just like he did on Shame, Shame, Shame. I wouldn't be surprised if it was something that he recorded at some point in the past when he was trying to finish the song then. I don't know. Very likely a new vocal that he put on for this one. He added some lyrics to it. From my ears, looks like some new keyboards were added, likely from Matt Clifford here. But overall, the production on I Love Ladies, the whole thing is just a joy to listen to. You just want to sit back and just get lost in it. And it sounds like it's Wayne Perkins on guitar. There's something about that approach, that some of those leads that he does there, that sounds very much like other solos he's done. So I would say that is Wayne Perkins on guitar. But Charlie, Bill, everyone adding such a nice groove to it. And that is a big surprise. I would say worth the price of admission just to get that track. The rest of the jams, the Chuck Berry jam, the blues jam, I could take it or leave it. I think that's nice. Those two songs I can't imagine listening to a whole lot. It's probably just going to be on when I'm in the car and I'm listening to this set. Seems to be a little bit of confusion as to who's playing on these tracks. And thanks to Ian McPherson from TimeIsOnOurSide.com, the only Stones website you should probably have in your computer safe because it's such a database of great info. He and Nico Zentgraf, another webmaster of the Complete Rolling Stones Sessions website, who meticulously documents everything related to anything recorded by the Rolling Stones. Those two websites must be in your bookmarks list 100%. They're telling me that the guitar credits for the songs goes as follows. On the Chuck Berry style jam, it's Keith, obviously, on guitar, and Harvey Mandel joining Keith on that track. And on Blues Jam, Rotterdam Jam, and the Freeway Jam, it's the same three guitar players on all three of those jams: Keith Richards, Jeff Beck, and Robert A. Johnson. Out of all those, I think my favorite is the Rotterdam Jam. That's pretty funky, very cool vibe. Freeway Jam, pretty cool too, to get the interplay. And you really get a sense of, what was going on during that period. It's a very small glimpse into what sounds like a very intense process of playing with all these different guys. A few handful of tracks, not even, to demonstrate that isn't much, but it's something. I think we would all prefer to fleshed out, day one sessions jam, day two sessions songs, and so forth, and more fleshed out recordings here for the discs, for the outtakes and jams. Like the original "Worried About You" would have been nice to get. All in all, disc two, the outtakes and jams, really the price of admission is really the first two tracks, the outtakes with the finished vocals, Shame, 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 and I Love Ladies. So that's all I've got for right now. I would give disc one, the mix, a solid A, if not A plus, for this. It's impossible to not really get a boost or a kick on the behind from this mix. It really is a nice jolt in the best possible way, with tons of details everywhere you look. You could get those headphones on or listen to it on speakers, and you could look around the soundscape and you could find new details that just weren't there before. Disc 2 I'd probably give a C plus, if maybe a B minus. The first two tracks are really worth it right there. Okay, so back I go into the box set. Now I'm going to be listening to the live shows, and I'll be back with a review for the live shows soon enough. And then a little later this week, the whole kit and caboodle, hopefully the whole box set will be here. And then I'll be watching the Paris show on Blu-ray, which I cannot wait for. Okay, so Black and Blue reissue, out yesterday. What is everyone thinking? What does everyone think of the new mix? Put it all in the comments below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Hangfire.